Good morning, students. My name is Akash Singh, and today I am going to discuss the chapter Vegetation as a Natural Resource or Natural Resources Vegetation. So, as you all know, at the beginning, when Earth was formed, it was a barren planet, and gradually life began to show on planet. Microorganisms, bacteria, and several other life forms came into existence. Apart from these, the plants were the first biotic things to have existed in the world, and after that, animals followed. So, what is natural vegetation essentially? Natural vegetation is the assemblage of plant species in an environment. It can be simply put as an assemblage or a group or all the plant life in a certain place is called the natural vegetation of that certain place. So plant growth basically depends on two things. First is temperature and the second is rainfall. So when we talk about temperature and rainfall, we also have to consider the terrains in which these plants grow. Okay, like temperature, the areas which have extreme amounts of temperature are generally the snow-clad mountainous areas or the desert areas where you get extremes of cold and hotness both. In desert areas, we may mainly find shrubs and scattered trees. We may also find thorny trees like cactuses. So these are the trees that are mostly found in desert areas. In mountain or cold areas, we mostly find mosses and lichens, as these are mostly wet areas. So mosses and lichens are mainly prone to moist areas. Places which are rich in rainfall are also the places which have great amount of or good amount of natural vegetation. So rainfall acts as a direct influencer of natural vegetation. The more the amount of rainfall in a certain area, the better will be the natural vegetation of that area. Take for example the evergreen forests. The evergreen forests receive annual rainfall. It means it receives rainfall throughout the year, which makes it extremely rich in vegetation, in natural vegetation. Since natural vegetation has to be man-free or it does not need any help from humans, therefore only the biotic factors of the environment will be responsible for its growth and nothing else. So when we are talking about forests, we need to first classify forests into different types. So mainly we have three types of forests: the tropical hardwood forests, the Mediterranean forests, and the temperate softwood forests. We will discuss these one by one. Okay. So as before we discuss these, I need you to understand that here is a picture of the earth. Here is a diagram of the earth, and I have divided this into several zones. This, as you can see, this line which is cutting the earth into two halves is the equator. Equator is the middlemost line, and this is the same line that gets the highest amount of rainfall and the highest amount of temperature as well, and the highest amount of sunlight as well. So this area is ideal for plant generation and growth. So apart from the equator, we have the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. The area which lies between the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn is known as the tropical region. So this tropical region is usually very rich in its biodiversity and its vegetation as well. So both the tropics can fall under the category of tropical hardwood forests. Both the tropics fall under this category. Now this category can be further divided into two parts. They are tropical evergreen forests and tropical deciduous forests. Okay, so tropical evergreen forest, as the name suggests, it is evergreen, means it is always green. It is also known as tropical rainforests because, as I said earlier, there is a direct link between rain and evergreen and vegetation, right? There is a direct link between rain and vegetation. So since this is evergreen and it gets rain throughout the year, it does not have any particular season in which it sheds its leaves. Okay, therefore it is known as evergreen. It gets highly distributed rainfall of around 200 centimeter, and it gets hot climate which gives adequate amount of sunlight to it. So the trees here have broad leaves. In order to, so that surplus moisture does not get evaporated out in the process of transpiration. In order to collect water more and more, they need bigger leaves. So the places where these are found are Nigeria, Cameroon, Ghana in Africa, Kerala in northeast of India. The trees which are specially found here are mahogany, rosewood, ebony, rubber, palm. The animals are lemur, monkey and deer. So this was tropical evergreen rainforest. Next is the tropical deciduous or monsoon forests. So these forests are also known as monsoon forests because they are common in monsoon areas of the world. These are mainly found in South China, East Brazil, India, Myanmar and Central America. So the vegetation in these forests is not as dense as those of tropical evergreen forests, and that is why they are known as tropical deciduous forests. They do have seasons, hot and cold seasons. So they do have a particular season where they shed their leaves, as they are not evergreen. So they get the trees here are minimum 30 to 40 meters in height, and teak, sal, sandalwood, bamboo and shisham are some of the examples of trees in this area. Some of the animal inhabitants of this area are lion, tiger, elephant and numerous types of reptiles. Next we move on to the Mediterranean forests. So first question that arises in our mind is, why are these forests called Mediterranean forests? So they are mainly located near the Mediterranean Sea, and that is why they are known as Mediterranean forests. These types of forests do not pertain to any sort of tropic or any sort of equator or any sort of geographical any sort of area which is pertaining to the tropics or temperate zones. This type of forests is only located near the Mediterranean Sea. Okay, so these are mainly coastal. These are mainly found in coastal areas. These are usually found in areas which have dry summer and moderate rainfall during winter. So the places where these are found are shores of Europe, Asia, North Africa and southern western parts of South Africa, especially near the Mediterranean Sea. Okay, the trees that are usually found here are cork, olive and citrus fruit trees like lemon and orange. So animals that reside here are the Greek tortoise, the Iberian lynx, the great bustard, the Mediterranean monk seal, the Barbary macaw and many others. Last but not the least, we come to temperate softwood forests. Okay, so first of all we need to understand what are the temperate zones. So we have discussed what is the Tropic of Cancer, what is the Tropic of Capricorn, and we also know that the area that comes between these tropics is known as the tropical region. And these areas, the northern and the southern poles, which cover the northern and the southern poles, are known as Arctic and Antarctic regions. The polar regions, these are known as polar regions. The part which comes between the cancers, between the tropics and the polar regions, is known as temperate zone. This is the northern temperate zone and this is the southern temperate zone. Okay. So temperate softwood forests are generally found in the temperate zones. Okay. Therefore the name temperate comes. So temperate softwood forests are also known as coniferous forests. Why coniferous forests? Because they are conical in shape. Because generally they are conical in shape. Trees like pine are generally conical in shape, and pine is a major part of the vegetation of these areas of temperate softwood forests, which is why these are called coniferous forests. The places that these are found are northern hemisphere, in high mountains of Europe, Asia, North Africa, North Canada, and the USA. So these are also known as mountain forests. Why? Because generally temperate softwood forests are found in the mountainous areas. So generally in mountainous areas, the precipitation is not generally in the form of in the form of rainfall, but in the form of snow during winters. So therefore, the shape of the trees helps them to helps the snow to slide down from their branches. Some of the trees that are found here are pine, spruce, cedar, deodar, silver fir, chestnut, and walnut. So the wood in these areas are generally used to produce pulp, plywood, since these are softwoods. So, and softwood is mainly used for making furniture. So the animals, last but not the least, the animals which stay in these places are the spotted deer, the snow leopard, golden eagle, tiger, and antelope are some of the other animals that reside in these places. So thank you everyone for listening, for lending me your ears. I hope you liked this video. Thank you.